Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for January 10th, 2014. It's currently 8:55 a.m. and it is a very dangerous morning this morning as a disturbance has become a little bit stronger than what was expected and is producing periods of snow and freezing rain. That's the main point here throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas this morning. The freezing rain impact is the worst right now over portions of central and southern New Jersey, where temperatures, as you can see, are basically stuck right around freezing. Once that temperature pushes above freezing, even at 33 or 34 degrees, the freezing rain threat will be over. Unfortunately, as we've seen all throughout this winter, that cold air is putting up a heck of a fight, and as a result, we are seeing that freezing rain accumulate and creating very icy conditions on the roadways throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. A little bit further north, over New York City, over Philadelphia, periods of snow have developed, leading to accumulations of anywhere from a trace to as much as 2 inches of snow, with another inch possible between now and 11 a.m. So what's with this heavy precipitation? Now you can see on the radar here, nice area, nice banding of heavy precipitation. This is mostly snow and sleet over north central New Jersey back through southeastern Pennsylvania. The culprit here can be found at 925 millibars. You see how the thermal gradient is tightening up here? Basically what's happening is that warm air is rapidly advancing to the north. It's a little bit slower at 850 millibars, therefore the thermal gradient is not as strong and it's cold enough for snow everywhere. At the surface, as you saw, the cold air is putting up a heck of a fight. But at 925 millibars, that warm air is starting to win out. So you're creating an environment that's a little bit more dynamic, that you're creating a nice little frontogenesis zone right around 925 millibars over southeastern Pennsylvania, central New Jersey, and the New York City metro, right where this is starting to pack in. And as a result, you're getting heavy precipitation. And the problem here is that with temperatures just warm enough to change this wet snow over the rain over portions of central New Jersey, over portions of southeastern Pennsylvania and southwestern New Jersey, it's leading to periods of freezing rain, which unfortunately is creating some very icy conditions this morning throughout the region. And just to the north of this boundary right here, you're seeing periods of moderate to even some heavy snowfall over the Philadelphia metro and just north of the Philadelphia metro back towards north central New Jersey and now approaching the New York City metropolitan area. Again, this isn't a whiteout or anything, but anywhere from a trace to 2 inches of snow in the middle of rush hour is not a good situation, especially for all that traveling out there. So if you ever want to pick out where heavy precipitation is falling, take a look at something like this, the mid-levels. When you see the thermal gradient pack in like this, tightening up, that usually supports what's called frontogenesis, which lifts the atmosphere, thus producing moderate to heavy precipitation. On the radar from Intellicast, you can see very clearly that moderate to heavy precipitation developing, freezing rain all throughout central and southern New Jersey, back through southeastern Pennsylvania. And then we have our next storm that's developing that's going to bring very heavy rainfall to the entire northern mid-Atlantic tomorrow evening. We're looking for 1 to 3 inches of rain on top of frozen ground and ice-covered rivers. Even though temperatures are going to be shooting up into the mid to upper 50s, this setup is screaming flash flooding and is going to create a serious problem for us by tomorrow evening. So a lot of weather going on right now, and even if it's not a blizzard, it's still a significant weather impact throughout the region. On the infrared satellite picture, you can see that disturbance moving towards the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Notice the cloud tops here. See how they're rising as they become influenced by that tight thermal gradient at the mid-levels, and thus you get that heavier precipitation. Here's our area low pressure for tomorrow. This is going to lift up towards the Great Lakes. This warm front is going to drive northward, and then this cold front will follow through by Sunday morning, leading to very heavy rainfall tomorrow afternoon on through early Sunday morning, with rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches. So the next 24 to 48 hours will feature quite a bit of rainfall and the potential for flash flooding throughout the region. So here's the latest European model guidance from the Penn State UL website. And by this evening, we have a strong southwesterly flow at all levels of the atmosphere. Notice at 850 millibars, we are well above freezing. Same thing at the surface with a nice southwesterly wind. Temperatures by this evening will be stuck basically in the upper 30s to lower 40s and not moving all that much. This trough will start to go negative, and that's going to enhance and intensify this low pressure system, so that by tomorrow evening we have a strong low pressure system driving past the Great Lakes, a very strong cold front approaching, and a very strong subtropical, or should I say low level jet at 850 millibars, about 70 knots. Why is this important? Well, the reason why it's important is because it's going to be transporting a lot of moisture and also enhancing lifting along the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. And that's going to support the potential for anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain, leading to localized flash flooding throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area Saturday night into Sunday. So Saturday afternoon, look for rain to develop and spread throughout the region. Saturday night, very heavy rainfall, and then Sunday morning it will start to taper off and skies will start to clear by Sunday. Throughout this entire period, temperatures are really going to skyrocket well above normal. We're talking about high temperatures on Saturday in the mid to upper 50s over the interior and upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. So you're going to be dealing with significant melting of any of this ice and snow, whatever's left. Very heavy rainfall combining at the same time to lead to some significant flash flooding throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas. If you're living in the Delaware River Valley, the Hudson River Valley, northeastern New Jersey, it's not going to be pretty. So just use some caution and be prepared for this heavy rainfall. On Sunday, temperatures won't be moving all that much. Looking for mid to upper 40s from the morning into the afternoon as that cold air starts to push into the region and skies start to clear. Monday, high pressure will be in control with temperatures pretty much average, pretty much above normal, should I say, for this time of year, ranging from the upper 20s to lower 30s for lows, upper 40s to lower 50s for highs as our January thaw continues. Then on Tuesday, we have a strong cold front moving through, and with this cold front moving through, temperatures in the morning will range from the upper 40s to lower 50s and then crash through the 40s and into the 30s, so that by Wednesday we have basically temperatures falling back to near normal, upper 20s to lower 30s for lows and upper 30s to lower 40s for highs. Now, by the time we get to Thursday, we're going to have to watch this setup. I'm not buying it just yet. Hypothetically, I know a lot of people are going to jump onto this. You have a subtropical disturbance and you have your polar disturbance diving towards the coast with a negatively tilted low pressure system. This all looks very impressive, and you might be saying to yourself, hey, this could be a major snow event if these two start to interact. The only problem that I'm seeing with this pattern is a lack of an upper level low around the Canadian Maritimes to allow for this disturbance to slow down and to prevent any type of phase leading to a storm track more along the coast, leading to heavy rainfall. So, is there potential for a storm by around the 17th? Yes, but I'm not buying it just yet because the pattern overall is rather progressive. And I think what we're really dealing with here is one cold front moving through on Tuesday and then another strong Arctic cold front moving through Thursday night into Friday with some very cold temperatures by the time you head into the following weekend, where temperatures struggle in the 30s. But this storm setup that we're seeing here, one warning card against this type of setup is the lack of high latitude blocking over the northern Atlantic in this particular setup. Moving forward, different story. I think the pattern is going to set up more for a cold and stormy weather pattern. But in this case, in this setup right here, if I don't see an upper level low developing right around 50 north and 50 west, this setup is not going to translate to a snowfall along the east coast. It's either going to move too far east or it's going to phase too early and thus lead to a rainfall event for the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. we'll of course watch it. And if this trough here becomes a little bit more enhanced and supports a little bit more high latitude blocking, hey, game on. But so far, I don't see any model guidance nor any support from the teleconnections to support at this time, in this time period, a winter storm. Beyond this point, absolutely. There's a lot of indications showing up here. But at this time, I'm not diving on this one just yet. I'm not buying it. So we'll see. We'll see exactly how this evolves over the next several days. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I hope everyone is careful this morning. Take some time. If you have a chance, come into work a little late. It's better to be late than never get there at all. And of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. And as always, stay safe out there.